play the game with the people that writing the rules. Ain't the fame that I'm after when paying the dues. I've been through the pain that's reflected in the attitude. Might be winning now, but the thing is that I had to lose. So go and tell me what you really want to do. And lonely at the top, cause there ain't a lot of room. Ain't no other option, that's all I ever knew. So I'ma get it poppin', you know how I'ma do. I've been down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. I've been down through the blood and the sweat. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah, I'm going all in. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm going all in. Yeah. They know I'm going all in.
What is up, everyone? Good evening, good evening. Happy Tuesday, everyone. We are back. The Niner Boys podcast is back. We are live, all the way live. Enjoying a wonderful Tuesday with my great co-host, Pete and Brandon. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm good, Beto. How are you, bro?
How about you,
I'm
Mr.
doing
Brandon?
well. I'm doing well too, man. Tomorrow's my birthday, so pretty stoked about that.
Oh, you're going to be 21 tomorrow?
Shit, I'm gonna be 31, man.
Oh, man. What I would give to be 31.
Dog.
I am an old fart, bro. I have you by
Damn.
23 years.
15
Hey,
for me.
y'all still look like you're in 30, so you're good.
Stop lying.
Yeah, stop lying.
Stop lying.
What's up, Daniel Bree Sports? Highlights is in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you. We got Jimmy in the house. He says, hi, everyone.
Jimmy.
I hope everyone is having a good day. What's up? Let's see who else. We got 49er Throwback in the house. What's up, 49er Throwback?
Throwback.
How you doing, sir? He says, thanks for tuning in. Faithful, make sure y'all smash that like button and subscribe to all channels. That's what I'm talking about, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate it, man. We got my sister Dawn in the house. How you doing, girl? Yes. The great Willie Mays unfortunately passed away today. Hey, guys, let's take a moment and just silence and show our respects to the ex-Giant Willie Mays and keep his family and loved ones in prayer. Let's take a moment. The great Willie Mays will be missed. He was 93, so he lived,
Oh, yeah. He got
a long time. 93 is not a bad age, especially when a lot of people go in their 50s. So, but rest in peace indeed. So hopefully, guys, our internet will be rocking and rolling. Well, particularly mine, not ours. But everything should be good.
Your guys' chat box working on your side?
Yeah.
Huh? Mine isn't. It's okay.
Don't start.
No big deal.
Don't start with me.
I don't get all of them because I think Beto gets like some people that I don't see.
Usually we do. We usually get all of them.
Oh.
From all the channels?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like I didn't see Throwbacks comment. I didn't see
Maybe
Don
he blocked.
say
Maybe he blocked you.
Yeah.
No, what the hell?
What's up, Bobby Terry in the house? Rest in peace, Willie Mays. Yes, sir. Jimmy says, what's up? Pete, Brandon, and Beto. So,
What's going on?
It is Tuesday, guys. Another week of the drama. I just want to start the conversation with a simple question. Why are receivers such drama boys? What is with that position that you get the drama coming from their mama? I mean, you got it from Debo as a Niner fan. You got it from, now you're getting it from you didn't hear a peep from Bosa. You didn't hear a peep from Fred Warner, George Kittle. But when the receivers are up to bat, they're all over the place. So let's start with the elephant in the room. A lot of people already addressed it, but we'll address it today in our show. And I'll start with you, Pete. Pete, what are your thoughts on Mr. Brennan, you going on to TikTok and having that statement? Now, he never mentioned the Niners. You know, he could be talking about, but we're not dumb. We all know that he's having fun, be his little thing, doing a little thing and throwing little things out there. And 49ers run with it, man. They run with it like their ass is on fire. What were your thoughts with those comments that you heard from him?
I mean, it's just par for the course. I don't take any offense to it. Like, I think that Brandon's just trying to use what little leverage he can to. I get, every season, players try to find ways to get the public involved in getting them there. Like, I don't know why they involve the public in trying to get their deals, because the public means, honestly, like, not to put any of our fans down or anything, but the public means absolutely nothing. The team is not listening to the public. They don't care. It's a negotiation, and anybody that's been through a negotiation understands that it's all that has to do is supply and demand. And if they need you enough, they're gonna pay you. If they don't need you enough, they're not gonna pay you what you want. And that's really what all it is. It's just a negotiation. The 49ers reportedly went lowball in 26 with 26. He reportedly wants 30. They're probably going to end up meeting in the middle. I'm pretty sure it's probably has a lot to do with guarantees right now. But I didn't take it personal at all.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I hear you, brother. And for those that are in the chat, we got about 45, and we just been 45 peeps watching, and we just started. So congrats to those.
Big up to
viewers.
the chat. Big up to all those people.
Thanks for tapping in.
Yeah, thank you for
go.
tapping in.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hand of applause to all the.
Here's to that.
Hand of applause to all those in the viewers. So, Brandon, give me your thoughts, man, on the situation with Brandon. What do you think of his tactics and the way he's approaching things?
Honestly, dude, I'm at the point where it's like it's just getting fucking annoying now. Sorry for my French, but like, dude, like, what do you think? This is not really helping you out whatsoever. Like, it's not technically, it's not doing anything. All it's doing is having these fans freak out and shit. That's really, really practically it. And it's having other teams' fans thinking that the Niners don't want him. They're gonna trade him. Da 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 da. Like, I just had my cousin. He's a Steelers fan. He goes, Niners are gonna trade Aiyuk. I was like, no. And then he goes, well, he's saying that they don't want him. I'm like, dude, it's all bullshit, bro. Like, it's all scripted. Like you need to relax. Like, Aiyuk staying, regardless of the fact. I'm like, this happens all the freaking time with the Niners and their players. By the time it hits August, he will be officially re-signed as a Niner. So chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this stuff does not bug me whatsoever. Like, it's all fun and games.
Do you think, real quick question, does anybody think, and the chat can answer this too, does anyone think that fans are going to jump ship if the 49ers, for whatever reason, don't re-sign Brandon Aiyuk?
No.
I don't think so.
Has there ever been a time where we've seen any team where the fans just mass exodus a team because they didn't re-sign a player?
No.
I don't think it's ever happened.
When we lost Joe Montana back in the day, fans did not leave. Only a few, but I don't see it happening now either.
Well, and then another perfect example is a lot of people were upset about not keeping DeForest Buckner, right?
Yeah.
But there's still a freaking fan, still a Niner fan.
And we had a terrible season the next season.
Yeah.
Like, because of all the injuries.
We're fans of what it says on the front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey.
And here's the thing. People are fans. People are fans of the team. Players need to understand this, is that is that and I am pro labor, like up straight up and down, not to get political, but I am pro labor. But you are only worth what your negotiating power says you are. And fans, if it's left up to public support is your leverage, then you don't have any leverage. Period. Period. Point blank. Like you don't have any leverage. If all that's between you and getting paid is public support, then you have zero leverage. Then the team has all the leverage, and I'm just a realist, and you have to know when to just. I mean, Bosa. We can point to Bosa, Warner, even Kittle. Like said nothing.
Nope.
If they just negotiated, and I don't even care. Like Aiyuk can say what he wants to. We know that he's going at the very least. He's going to be playing on his 5th-year option. Either way, you're going to have to play.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter to me whether he gets re-signed or not. Like he's going to have to play, and if he doesn't want to play, okay. We still have a really good 49er squad, and like Brandon said, it's really about the team that I root for, that I've rooted for since the 80s, and like I'm not going to take one player's side over the team that I've rooted for, and it's not even that I'm with the team as much as it is I want what's best for the team that I root for. If that makes any sense. So,
and then also too, I forgot to mention as well is when you see in that video, Brandon tried to hold in his freaking chuckle.
Yep.
As he's saying,
it's not
And
serious.
he didn't
though.
do a good job either.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not serious.
It's not serious whatsoever.
Yeah, he's having fun.
So.
The kid is in his 20s. He's having fun. He's about to get his first contract. He's anxious. He wants the deal done now. And the Niners have a protocol. The Niners have a style of how they conduct business with their employees, which are the players. We have seen it with Bosa. We've seen it with with Fred Warner, Kittle, Debo. Debo was saying he was going to be traded. He was going to get traded by draft day. I mean, we heard the drama, and he's still here and playing for us. So the Niners have a certain way of doing business. They're not going to change from no one. It's mid-June. Today's the 18th. We still have the whole month of July. The deal will eventually get done. It doesn't benefit Aiyuk to play on the 5th-year option. They can tag him next year as well, and it just doesn't benefit him. He wants to be here. The Niners want him here. I just think Aiyuk is anxious. He's young. He wants to get it done now. He wants to go buy his car, whatever it is, and it's like waiting for Christmas, and Christmas can't get here quick enough because you want to open up your present. You know you're getting presents, but you have to wait until the 25th. And as kids, you're anxious. You don't want to wait. And I think that's what we're going through with Aiyuk. He's anxious. He wants to get paid, and it's just a waiting game. And it'll get done. The Niners have shown it.
Beto, I don't even think it's about the money. I honestly, I don't think it's about the money because he's a first-round pick. He's got money. It's not about the money. It's about I think it's more about he wants to be with his guys. I think he'd be more anxious to get into training camp. Not that he wants to work, but I think that he misses being around the guy. Aiyuk is a real. I think people downplay that whole aspect of it, but I think that he wants to be with his guys in OTAs, training camp, all that stuff. This is all business that just has to get taken care of before that gets done. And he's just waiting for it to get done. And he knows that he can't do anything until it gets done. And I think that's a part of this too.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say welcome, Terradome. David McNiner popped in. Melissa Rebel came in. We
Daisy,
got
what's up?
Julian Vasquez in the house. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Don, yes, I did see last night. Real quick.
Just so you know, me and Terradome have a running bet, and don't think don't think I forgot, Terry. We have a running bet going right now. The bet is that it's for 100 push-ups.
On camera?
On camera.
Ooh.
Is that he thinks that Mike Tomlin is going to win a Super Bowl by 2027.
Oh shit!
You got to figure a quarterback first.
I mean, they got to figure out a lot of things. It's not just the
They
quarterback.
gotta figure out who their offensive coordinator is going to be.
Mike Tomlin to me is a mediocre coach at this point. And I think that, and I understand that rubs people the wrong way sometimes when I say it. But I mean, the proof
My
is in
uncle
the
thinks the
man.
same thing.
He won. He won
What's
his
up,
Super
Eddie?
Bowl 15 years ago. It was 15 years ago. Let it go. He's been mediocre since.
I think it's
Bro,
more.
he
of-
hasn't had a
He still
losing
hasn't had a
season.
losing season.
How's he mediocre?
That's so what? If you have a 50% season, if you have a 8-8 or a 9-8 now a season, that's mediocre. That's mediocre. That's not considered
Stuff like
elite.
that.
Would you consider that elite? If Shanahan had a bunch of 9-8 seasons, would you say he's of the top of the line coach?
Bro, even if he won a Super Bowl, Niner fans are still going to say he's not a good coach.
Yeah, but that was the point. Is because
But
my
I
last
know
show
what
was
you mean.
about
Yeah,
my last show was
I was
about.
just going to bring that up too.
All I
success.
know is if you're
It was
if you
about
haven't had a
success.
losing season in your tenure of being a head coach, I mean, and
All right,
he's
Dom.
had some bad
Sounds good.
rosters too. That's not. I mean, you're not winning Super Bowls. I get it, but
he okay. Let's not do that. He has had they've gotten hurt a lot. But he hasn't had bad rosters. He's had top wide receivers like almost every season, and they just can't figure out the QB position. And
they
their
still haven't
offensive
had a
line,
losing
their
season.
offensive line has been trash for years. That they just won't fix it. But their defense has always been on point. And I just think that Tomlin got his one Super Bowl riding off the coattails of old dude that he took over for, and he hasn't. I mean, we haven't seen it since. So, but this is the thing. That's my opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. Now, with that being said, 2027 it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm pretty adamant about that. Tomlin is not gonna win Super Bowl by 2027.
real quick, I just want to give a shout out to the 76 people watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to each of our channels, our YouTube channels. Make sure to follow us as we do a podcast every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But we also do our individual podcast. So make sure to follow all three of us. Everything is in the description below. Everybody's channel. All their multiple channels are in the description. Please take a moment to look through it and support each and every one of us. We're about to hit 80 viewers. You guys are awesome, man. Matt, I hear you, but we're going to bring it back to the Niners. Enough with the Steelers. But Brandon Aiyuk, listen, I love Brandon Aiyuk. I think he's an amazing player. At the end of the day, I think he will sign. He'll be a 49er. We're just going through this time. We went through it with Debo. We went through it with Bosa in the sense, not the complaining on social media, but is he going to get signed? He barely signed his contract to make it week one. The Niners get it done. One person asked me the other day, it seems like we never French tag anyone. The last person we tagged was a kicker. And I told him, do you know why? And the person was like, not really. I go, because the Niners take care of their players. Any player that goes up for an extension, if you're drafted by the Niners, developed by the Niners, they will take care of you. They will get them signed. This is why we haven't faced a franchise tag. Maybe this will be the first time. But I think the Niners have enough record, at least to me, to just allow me to just relax and say, you know what, it'll get done. Do I wish it was done already so we can move forward? Yes, but then if it has been done already, what do we talk about? It's freaking June 18. If we don't talk about that drama, what do we talk about?
Well, there's a couple of things out there. Like we could talk about the how the some of these other teams and some of the other adjustments that these teams have made could affect the hierarchy in the NFC and the 49ers road to the Super Bowl this year. I think that there's a bunch of things
Yeah.
like that a bunch of things that you can there's always something. Let's be real. The 49ers always find a way to be newsworthy. And we can talk roster, we can talk there's just 20 million things. We can talk about Shanahan and all the different and all the coaching changes, like I mean how that's going to affect there's so many interesting aspects to this season coming up as to what is because the floor is NFC Championship. Do you guys agree with that? Do you think what is the floor for you this season with the 49ers?
Super Bowl or bust.
Super Bowl or bust? What about you,
Yep.
Beto?
I'm at that point now.
Well, I have to say Super Bowl because I've seen enough of NFC Championship games.
I mean-
We've been to 3 of them.
I mean, I'm fucking wearing it too right now.
Yeah, so listen, not making it to the Super Bowl, as long as you make it to the NFC Championship, it's not a bad season. But I think as Niner fans, we're beyond that. We are beyond just someone like the Jets, someone like Miami, someone like Tampa or other teams or the Dallas Cowboys that haven't been to a freaking NFC Championship game. They have something to look forward to that. Look at the Lions. First time in the NFC Championship last year in a very long time. They have something to look forward going forward. But us Niner fans, we have been there. We have done that. It's Super Bowl or bust. We got to get that 6. It's no longer about just winning games. I'm tired of the great Kyle, regular season Kyle. I wanted to see Super Bowl Kyle step up.
I'm tired of that meme where it's the old guy and he has the fucking fish tank. He's like, oh, almost got it. Almost got it. I'm tired of that shit, bro.
It's time to go out and get the Super Bowl. This is the year. I mean, I know every year is the year, but we got a lot of our rosters back. I believe we improved on our rosters. Now these draft picks have to hit. And Kyle, you got to play them, to see if they hit or not. But we're getting a lot of our players back. Our defense is getting back to play the way they like to play, the type of defense they play. The NFC's gotten better from last year.
Yeah.
But I still think the Niners are capable of beating the Eagles, of beating the Cowboys. What other team out there? I mean, let's look at the teams in the NFC. They can truly challenge the Niners.
The Rams have gotten better, I feel like, this year.
They have, but they're not quite better than us.
Here's the thing about the Rams. Like, they were so dependent on Aaron Donald controlling the line of scrimmage
that is true.
It's going to be interesting to see them try to replace that presence with 2 rookies.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that works out for them. Also, their offensive line, I still have no faith in their offensive line. I still think they're going to try and play quick game most of the year, and sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not. They did get another running back in Blake Corum, right? And I think that's going to give them. They may run the ball a little bit more this season to try and keep Matt Stafford healthy. But yeah, I still think that it's going to be hard for them on defense because of the I think their secondary is a little suspect as well.
I think
the Rams and then Matthew Stafford, bro. He's up there in age now. I don't wish no one to get hurt, but if that line doesn't protect him, and people think that line got better, I don't think it got better. I think they oversigned a couple of overrated offensive linemen, if you ask me. And this is not me, just capping on the Rams. I love football. First and foremost, I love the Niners, and I'll speak what it is. Matthew Stafford, legendary, is the best quarterback in the West. But I think if we look back at last year, the best quarterback right now and going forward, definitely going into 2024, has to be Brock Purdy, right?
Number one number one in NFC
the
West?
In our division, yes.
US. Yeah,
I mean,
I can see that.
I don't think I would love to be a homer. I would love to be a homer,
bro. The numbers from last year.
I understand the numbers,
factual.
but I would love to be a homer and say
Murray's ass, Geno Smith's ass.
Okay,
and
I understand.
Matthew Stafford's is like up
it's
there.
about
like,
what have you done for me.
No.
It's about what have you done for me lately, though. It's not about his history and what he can do.
He's not the only one on the team, though. I think that Matt Stafford is. Do you don't think that if Matt Stafford was on 49ers, it'd be just there'd be a little bit more upside?
No.
Even with his age?
No.
You don't think there would be a little bit more?
Not Matthew Stafford, no. He might. He brings a lot of experience. Yes.
Experience and
so if that's an upside, then yes, then
arm
he does
talent, and just clutch ability.
How often does he throw deep though?
Oh,
and who do we have? Who do we have that goes deep?
Who does he have to throw deep to?
Who do we have? Danny.
Well, I mean, but
Danny
he's not going to
Gray?
be throwing deep. So that's what's telling you right there that they're not going to be throwing deep. But except now we got Pearsall and Cowing. It'll be interesting to see what they do as far as that and how they change that dynamic. But I want to see. I love Brock.
Don't sound
but
like
at the same time, I got to be realistic in the fact that Matt Stafford is a champion. You can say what you want. But I'm not gonna poo-poo the fact that he's got a championship.
No, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. Based on the numbers of last year, remember, Matthew Stafford is declining, and Brock is soaring upward.
Yeah.
I'm just basing it off last year's numbers going into 2024. If they're both healthy, I think Brock will have the better numbers. I think that our offense is better.
For sure, he'll have the better numbers. He'll have the better numbers.
Now,
but
overall, Matthew Stafford is the better quarterback. Yes, overall,
okay,
no argument.
That's all.
But
that's
remember, I started this conversation not saying overall. I said just going into 2024.
My bad, Beto.
That's what I'm saying. Going into 2024, who's the better quarterback?
Yeah, my bad.
Now, overall, of course, Matthew Stafford is the better quarterback or has been the better quarterback. So let me ask you right now, honestly, do you think Matthew Stafford could have did anything different last year in the Super Bowl that would have won us the Super Bowl that Brock didn't?
I think that it's possible.
What could he have done different?
From an experience standpoint, he might have just done what he might, even though Kyle, it doesn't allow them to call their protections. He might have just spoke to them and say, "Hey, look, he's coming. The free rusher's coming." And that's the difference. It's a little bit of just, hey, sometimes you just have to take charge as a leader. And I don't think that Brock was there yet. I don't think that he felt he had the autonomy with the offense to sit there and override Kyle. And I think that's what's missing right now with the 49ers is that the quarterback doesn't have the autonomy even though Shanny called this and he wants it this way, to not see what is in front of him and just say, no, I'm going to change this right now because this is not going to work. And I think Matt Stafford would have done it.
What's your thoughts, Brian?
I think there's a lot of vets. I think a lot of vet quarterbacks would have. I don't think Jimmy would have, but I think I think a lot of great vet quarterbacks, and I consider Matt Stafford a very good quarterback. So,
yeah,
yeah, that's a great answer, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You blow me away with your answers. They're so deep. You know, I love you.
I'm like having this conversation over here, and I'm having the conversation with Don in the chat. I'm just like, fuck, dude, I can't focus.
Oh man, it's all good, bro.
But-
You're taking care of the chat, bro. I appreciate it. Leon is in the house. What's up, Bato?
Leon.
Welcome.
Leon.
Welcome, sir. He says Stafford can't keep CMC from fumbling, keep the ball from hitting Luter's legs, or block
true.
Chris Jones. Brock played a great game. Let's go. What's your answer to that? What's your rebuttal there, Pete?
I mean, he can't do any of those things. But I would say that Matt Stafford might have audibled out of a certain or called a different
He would have
protection.
shit his pants, bro, if he saw
stop.
Chris Jones
Yeah,
coming.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Who was the quarterback that said, "Oh my God"? Oh yeah, that was the guy over there in Seattle. That's a funny take, bro. That's a funny take. No, but I'm with you. I'm kidding. Listen, I'm Matthew Stafford. One thing I love about this kid, I don't care if
Rod,
dislike
what's
that he
up,
went to
my
the.
guy?
I don't like that he went to the Rams, but this guy Matthew Stafford has heart. I've never seen a quarterback play with so much heart. The guy goes in there with a broken limb, the arm's hanging, he's dragging the arm in Detroit. He's going into the huddle, and the arm's still in the sideline, and the dude can play with heart. What's up, Rod?
Hey, just real quick, for those of you who are watching on X right now, we cannot see you in the chat. So if you guys want to go ahead and chat with us, go over to one of our YouTube channels.
Yeah, go over to YouTube
and we'll be able to see your chat.
Come over to YouTube and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Sure. We got 88 in the house. You guys are awesome. Let's keep it going. Let's keep these guys entertained. You guys want to be entertained?
With Roger, he just got off of a DJ thing. Like I saw he had a post, and I tried to get in there, but I was at my son's soccer drive. But hey, make sure you subscribe to Rod's
You were being a soccer mom
page. Yeah, like
follow,
absolutely.
I'm
out there with my umbrella and my sunscreen.
Let's go.
Guy with the sunscreen.
But yeah, Rod has some. I checked them out the other day on I don't know. There's so many damn platforms. I don't even know what the platforms are. But I went there and the dude was playing some oldies and playing some R&B. If you love music, go make sure to follow Rod. The dude plays. He busts his butt. He gets out there and puts in the time, man. Brings some great music. Hang around, talk to the peeps in the chat, and listen to great music. Make sure to follow him. I'm trying to think of that channel that he goes to. Is Twitch. That's the one.
My boy Rod, go follow him on Twitch. It's the same as his username on YouTube and X. Rod_Cali247. He plays amazing music, and he actually got me into wanting to DJ now. So shout out to Rod.
You doing,
bro? Learn the X's and O's about the Niners first, and then go DJ.
This guy.
No mommies.
I love you, Brandon. It's all good, bro. Hey, you do what you do, and you do great at it. You know, you just follow Pete, bro. Whatever Pete says. Stop. So, okay, let's move on.
Stop it.
So, okay, now let's talk about the West and the improvements that the Niners did, and the improvements that the Rams did. Kyle Murray's coming back from injury. They drafted Harrison Jr. The Seahawks have a new head coach. I think that's going to take a minute to develop, but that defense is going to get better. Who do you think stepped up to try to dethrone us from the West, in your opinion? Do you think that anybody has passed or overleaped the Rams, or you think the Rams are still the closest to challenging us in 2024?
I think it's the Rams, to be honest. Seahawks got a new coach, so that's going to take take a while to connect with the players and build a relationship with all them and all that good stuff. I don't think they're gonna go. I feel like they'll change up the game plan and everything too, compared to what Pete Carroll had. I feel like. So that's one thing with the Seahawks. I think they degraded, to be honest. So I think it's gonna be a battle between him and the Seahawks and Arizona for third and fourth place. Um, and I see the Rams being close with us this season.
What about you,
Possibly.
Pete?
I see the Rams as the only viable team
Mm-hmm.
that's going to like really get close, but I don't even think they're going to get close. But I think that they're the only ones that could actually have a chance to make the playoffs, in my opinion. Seahawks, I mean, they have a chance to make the playoffs, but I think with the change in philosophy and the change in the offensive coordinator, they're going to want. I mean, the offensive coordinator they brought in wants to throw the ball, and that's not Gino's game. I don't understand what their thought process. I'm hoping. I mean, I'm not hoping. I'm hoping that they keep that mentality because I want to see a dumpster fire. Like, but it doesn't really make sense to me. I would think that you would want to use those running backs that they have and play off of that. Their offense isn't was never their problem. It was always their defense. So yeah, I don't. But I think that they're the only one that worries me. It read the like, and not doesn't worry me, but watch out for Arizona. Watch out for Arizona. That's all I'm going to say. Is Jonathan Gannon had those guys playing, even though we made fun of him last season and we thought that was going to be the dumpster fire. Jonathan Gannon had those guys playing hard. They didn't win a lot of games, but they were in a lot of games. And they had a really sneaky good draft. And not to say that that's going to get them over the hump, and I don't think it's going to be this season, but I think that they're going to win one or two games more than they won last year. And then the next season, it could be something. It could be a problem.
Yeah. Tyler, like I said, Kyler Murray's coming back from injury. What's up, Luis Moreno? I see you, buddy. It's going to be interesting, the West. Now, the number one thing that everybody coaches is win your division, right? Win your division, get into the playoffs, and do some damage and get to the Super Bowl. And that's our goal. I think the Niners, with this year's roster, I'm excited. I don't know about a lot of people, but I'm excited about, really, really excited about Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy had the numbers that he had last year, put up some great numbers, MVP conversation, and the kid had no offseason. No offseason, dealing with an injury. Now he has a complete offseason. He's developing rapport with Parcell and Jacob Howing and the rest of the receivers. Hopefully we'll get Aiyuk back so they can start building on that. This year looks promising. As long as injuries do not take part of this 2024 and the Niners continue to press forward, the defense is going to play the way they played 2 years ago. And then the Niners offense just got better. And, I know the offensive line is still a question mark, but we got two players that come in. Pooney can come in. I'm interested to see how the Niners work that offensive line. I don't think it's going to be the same offensive line that it was last year. I think they're going to make some tweaks at the guard, at the very least at the guard, right guard, maybe at center. I think they're feeling confident with McKivitz, whether we like it or not, at tackle. Do you guys think there's a possibly chance that the Niners can start 2024 with two players that were not playing last year, which is as starters, which is the right guard and the center position?
You want to go first, Brandon?
Yeah, I think so. I really think we're gonna have. God, I can't think of their name right now. I'm blanking on their name. But
It's
yeah,
Pooney, the new guy.
Pooney and And who's the other one?
Feliciano can come in.
I can see
He played, but he wasn't really a starter.
I can see him at starting at right guard this year. To be honest,
Who, Pooney?
Yeah, Puni or Feliciano.
Who do you think will be? Do you think that Brindle, because of his experience, one of the things Brindle can't block for crap, but the kid is smart when it comes to Brock Purdy. Doesn't have to call plays. He doesn't have to run the plays. I mean, not call the plays, but doesn't have to run everything. Brindle does it.
He doesn't have to call the protection.
The protection.
Yeah,
Thank you. The protection. Brindle does it. So that's an important part. Do you think Brindle, because of that, might be the guy that's still there and maybe just guard is what we see a change in? Or do you think one of these kids can step up and replace him? Pete?
I would say that Brindle's going to be the guy if he's healthy, because that's the issue right now. He's having knee issues right now, and so I mean, I could see Feliciano if he's not completely ready to go. I could see them trying out Feliciano and seeing how it goes. But at the same time, I think, and it's not unheard of that Pooney could be starting. I mean, Burford was started as a rookie at right guard, so it's not unheard of. I could see it. I could see it happening, but only if Brindle was hurt. It's still hurt, and they're saying that he's having knee issues, which I don't see knee issues going away as a center.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
Yeah, a lot of fans are done with Brindle, but who do we have Brindle to?
I don't understand why people are so against Brindle. Like, I mean, he was a Pro Bowl alternate like a year ago, and it's not that he's so bad. I don't think he should be calling protections. I'll be honest with you. I think that is something that's another step for Purdy in his maturation process. Is he needs to be calling the protections, and that is something
that's
that
a good point.
That Kyle just has really not allowed his quarterbacks to do. But I don't think he's had a I mean, it's just a natural maturation process for Purdy. Like, he's taken a step forward every single season. Well, a season and a half, whatever you want to call it. Like, so the next step, let the man call his protections, see how it works out. At least try it. At least try it and see if we can take that off of Brindle's plate. So that, because if that's all we need Brindle for, which is to call the protections, then, and he's really not that good of a blocker. I mean, you do have Feliciano is definitely, I think, a better overall blocker than Brindle. But I don't think Brindle's a bad guy. He's in the right spots when he's supposed to be there, and that's the thing that Kyle likes about him. They talked about it over and over again. Forster talked about the line and talked about how they think of offensive linemen. Brindle is a guy that's smart, and he's going to be in the spot where he's supposed to be. He might get ran over. And he might whiff, but he's in the spot that he's supposed to be on the play. And that's what they look at. So it'll be interesting, because I think if he's healthy, I don't think anybody's taking his job.
How many sacks did he give up last year? Do you guys know?
I don't know. I know the offensive line was 24th in pass protection.
I think PFF, if I'm not mistaken, PFF is not very, reliable either. So I'm not making that out to be like, oh, if they said it. But they're okay. And I think they had the offensive line of the Niners up in the top 10 or 15 from last year.
Maybe overall. Like front end. Maybe overall, but their pass blocking, I know, was like they were ranked like 24th in the league or something like that.
And that should change with Pooney, right? Hopefully they put Pooney in there. Or do you guys?
But this is the thing. Pooney's not a good run blocker.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's why I was going to ask this question. Do you think that what's his name, Spencer Burford, with another year at it, and knowing this offense, complex offense of Kyle, do you think he might improve this year? Not do you hope he does? We all hope they improve, But do you think he could improve and play better than what he did last year? Any
I
of
could
you?
possibly
Take that,
see it
Brandon?
if he. I think I could possibly see it. I think if he gets way more playing time as well, um, he get. I think I could see him improve this year. I know he had a shitty year last year, but the setbacks always is. Oh wait, I said that wrong. The comeback is always better than the setback, and I could see that in Burford's future.
I wish we
I
can bring Alice Mack back, but those days are
Dude,
done.
right?
I just think that they need to go ahead and break the and just crack the seal and put Burford over at tackle. See what he can do. I think they need to try him out
Yeah.
in between guard and tackle. See what he's capable of and where he looks best at, and leave him there.
If,
Like
if he's the one
it-
that let Chris
it's a
Jones go
backup.
by, you want to put him at tackle?
Well, this is my thing. Like, he played tackle
I
in
know.
college. They forced him to play guard.
So he's more
Like,
he's more naturally at tackle. I got you.
I'm thinking that he's more natural tackle, but I don't know. But at this point, he can't be worse than he is at guard.
Well, at least let him play in preseason, right?
That's all I'm saying is try him out. Let's see where he's best at.
Now, is
And
preseason a really good indicator though? Because who is he going to
It's
really
not.
going against in preseason?
It's not, but at the same time,
But it's still more playing time.
it's still reps. Reps are
Yeah.
still valuable.
But they're going
regardless.
against threes and twos and threes.
It
That's
doesn't
okay.
matter. Reps are reps. Like and
They're still football
if he
players.
looks better at tackle than he does at guard, like even if it's, I mean, because at this point we're complaining about how he plays at guard. What's it gonna hurt? What's the worst that could happen? He's a backup.
Brock Purdy gets hurt.
No. I'm saying what's the worst that could happen is they make him a backup. Because if Brendel starts at center and and they put Feliciano at guard or they put Pony at guard, like somebody's got to be the switch. Would you rather? I mean, would you rather the other guy? What's his name? I always forget his name. What's the other tackle's name? Backup tackle.
Backup tackle.
It's right in front of my face. Jalen Moore. You rather have Jalen Moore?
Oh no.
Like I mean,
Oh, no.
that's all I'm saying. The people that we have to back up our tackles are not good. They're not good. So what's the worst that could happen by you just trying something? Give him some reps and see what you got. Because at this point, I think that unless there's a very big step forward, Burford is not the future going forward at right guard. So you've got to figure out what you got, because it's coming up on his contract situation. You're either going to let him go or you're going to re-sign him as something, as a backup somewhere. So you've got to figure out what you got. And that's my only point for it.
Well, so I just want to say hello to my boy AP King and Story. He's a huge Cowboy fan. Don't hate him, you know.
Cowboy fan, but then a Sharks fan.
He was dropped as a baby, so he became a Cowboy fan. But it's all good.
Damn, I feel sorry for you.
Boo, Cowboys, you suck. But here you go,
You suck.
Cowboys. But welcome
day.
to the chat, bro. Welcome to the chat. He can't wait for the Niners and Cowboys this in 2024. I'm like,
To beat them again?
yeah. I'm like, you haven't got enough of ass whipping that you want more. Some of us love abuse though.
Oh man.
Oh please, Beto. If Purdy gets hurt, you say what else could happen. If that was the case, but for now, Jake Brendel is hurt. Yeah. Well, no, because I said about Brock getting hurt, because he goes, what worse can happen if Spencer Burford was a tackle? So I was referring to that. But I don't think he'll play tackle in the regular season. I really rather go with McKivitz. That's not saying much, but
Yeah,
at
I
least
think
McKivitz.
McKivitt's going to start.
Yeah. Well, he played a whole year now. This will be his second year. If you really look at the situation, you want McKivitz to continue to gain confidence in his ability to play. Why pull him? I mean, this guy has to be completely shitting the bed for him to be pulled. If he's okay, they're going to continue to go with it. And let's be honest. I know people don't want to hear this. I know that there's certain games you need big guys in the offensive line blocking, and the big monsters are coming their way. But a lot of our offense is set through scheme. The Niners drafted linemen in the sense of Parcell and Jacob Cowing. What do you mean by that? Well, what I mean is, if Kyle can get the ball out of Brock Purdy's hand quickly, that helps out the offensive line. And I understand a lot of Niner fans don't agree with that. We want those maulers, those badass linemen that can sit there and just push you over like the Trent Williams. But this scheme is set to help out the offensive lineman based on how Kyle calls the plays. I mean, we made it to the Super Bowl with this offensive line. Yes, did we suffer because of offensive line? Yes. I just think that with adding Pooney and making some minor adjustments at guard or at center, we can be a better team, a better offensive line going into 2024. At least I hope we can.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you eventually need players. Like a scheme is only going to get you so far, and it got us to the Super Bowl, but it barely. Let's just be real about it, barely. And with the amount of weapons, the amount of weapons on offense and defense against both of those matchups, it shouldn't have been close, in my opinion. But it was, and a lot of it was due to the fact that we don't that we don't have the ability to, once the scheme breaks down, it's very hard for this team to adjust. If the defense kind of knows what they're doing, which most good teams at that point do, it's really hard for this team to adjust to when the scheme is kind of when they take you out of your scheme. So it'll be interesting to see if their whole philosophy as far as the offensive line pans out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's we shall see. This is what is so intriguing in this time of a dead zone as we talk about possibilities. How can we get better? Let's move over real quick to the receiver that we drafted late in the first round. I know we haven't seen enough yet.
Training camp.
We got to hit the training camp. We got to put on the pads to see the real deal. But based on what we're hearing from Ricky Parcell, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think this kid may just be on special teams for most of the year? Do you think he'll get any shot to play as a third receiver and swap with Juwan Jennings? Or do you think Kyle just keeps him on the bench like a shiny new toy and not worry about him to 2025?
I think you'll.
Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead, Pete.
You go. No, you go.
No, I don't want Beto setting you up later and saying that you were just saying what I said. So
I think we'll see a lot of him this year.
Sorry, wrong one. I meant to do this. I meant to do this. Sorry.
I think. Oh damn! I'm fucking zoomed up, my guy. Jesus Christ!
Well, you want to see your channels, bro? Come on.
Yeah, I think I could see him. I think we could see him a lot this year, especially switching out with Jawan. Beto, shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
Okay. So, anyways, I think we're gonna see a start this year out of this guy. I mean, for however long or much he plays this season, I think we're gonna be impressed by him for sure. Like, I just
Yeah,
have a good feeling about this guy. I think there was a specific reason why they went with this specific receiver where they did in the draft, and I think we're gonna see it this season.
for sure. And that, like, this is, hey, real quick, Terror Dome, Terror
Fuck you.
Dome. Check your check your DMs, and if you know Terror Dome and he's not watching, tell him to check his DMs. Like, but as far as Ricky Pearsall goes, and Jacob Cowing or whoever, I'll be honest, it depends on what they show. What they show. Like, Shanahan has been really clear about what he does. He kind of like gives guys shots in preseason, and sometimes they play well, and sometimes they don't. Like, but if they play well, he's been known to give guys a shot in the middle of in the regular season, and they either step up or they don't. And if they don't step up, they're not gonna be playing later.
Fucking
That's for
Rod.
sure. So I look at it as this: Ricky Pearsall is going to have an opportunity. He's a first round pick. He's going to have an opportunity on special teams. He's going to have an opportunity. He's on in the games. I still don't think he's going. I think the only person's minutes that he or snaps that he gets to eat up are probably going to be Juwan Jennings, unless somebody gets hurt. Which with the 49ers, that's always a possibility. So it's I think that's what it is. I think for him to get significant playing time and significant snaps, somebody's going to have to get hurt. But otherwise, I still think he's going to get sporadic playing time and he's going to be in the mix. It's just, does he take advantage of the small amount of targets that he's going to get?
Yeah, we all know about the doghouse, right? So
Yeah.
he's going to have to really impress the Niners right away. Now, I don't know if we're going to see a lot this year of this kid that we took in the 4th round, Jacob Cowing, but I really like this kid. I've been watching film. I've been breaking down his film. This kid is, he's always open. He runs great routes. He's a small guy, but he's everywhere. I think this guy can be very effective in the slot as a slot receiver. And I know Juwan Jennings, we signed him for 2 years. I love Juwan Jennings, big JJ, third and Juwan. The guy is amazing. He's done some spectacular catches. Yes, he has moved the needle when we need him to move it, but he doesn't get target very often. He doesn't get that many targets. Now, the targets that he does get, he makes the best of it, but I need more consistency as the third receiver. I'm not saying that I don't want Juwan. I don't like Juwan. I'm just saying I need to see more consistency at the third receiver position. I love what Juwan does and what he's able to pull through. But don't you guys agree that we need more consistency from a slot receiver than what Juwan does? Or are you guys okay with with Debo and Aiyuk and the little things that Juwan does?
You want to go first?
Sure. I'm fine with Juwan just because he proved himself a lot last year, especially in the Super Bowl. But I think having like a 1-2 punch type of thing going this coming up season with Pearsall and Jennings, I think they'll also be good as well. And I don't think people will expect it. Teams will expect it.
What about
You know
you,
what I mean?
Pete?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with you,
I,
Brandon.
I look at it like this: Juwan Jennings could be a bigger factor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He just happens to be on this team.
Mhm.
And this is the thing. I think that Juwan Jennings is a dog. I love Juwan Jennings to death.
Me too.
He's a perfect changeup type of wide receiver, especially for this team. Now, but the real issue for the wide receivers on this team are the fact that they're not going to get a lot of targets. because we don't pass the ball enough. We're even though we pass the ball more than we have in the past, we are a running team. The 49ers are a running team. And they're Brock Purdy is going to have the least amount of attempts out of all the starting quarterbacks, and that's just the way it goes. So, with that being said, you have to take advantage of the opportunities when they arise. And I think that it's going to be tough for Ricky Pearsall to take snaps away from Juwan Jennings especially after Juwan Jennings' performance in the Super Bowl.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like,
people don't talk about that enough. About what
it's going to be real rough. It's going to be real rough because Shanahan absolutely trusts Juwan Jennings. If you didn't think so, why did they sign him for a 2-year deal?
Exactly.
If we would have won the Super Bowl last year, do you guys agree that
he would have been the MVP?
He would have been
the MVP. It wouldn't have even been close. There would have been nobody even close.
I agree.
Yep. I agree.
I think they're gonna work Parcells in, but I think Juwan Jennings has proven that he's capable of doing. Like you guys said, if they didn't believe in him, they wouldn't have brought him back for 2 years. The fact that they extended him for 2 more years is because he brings value not only on the field but the aura about him, the attitude that he brings to he lifts up the offense and the culture he brings, that badass attitude that he doesn't want to go. That one play, I forgot what team it was, where he caught the ball and he was like 2 yards short, 2.5 yards short, and he wheeled himself to the first down with 3 defenders on him.
Yeah, he dragged him. This is the thing. This is the thing about Juwan Jennings and about players like him, and the reason why the 49ers like them so much is because listen. How do you think you feel as a DB lined up across from Juwan Jennings on a regular basis? 9 times out of 10, he's blocking. 9 times out of 10, he's blocking. He's only going to get probably 2 targets, but he's out there to set a tone. He's out there to block you into the Gatorade cooler, and you know it's coming every single time out. And he's bigger than you. He's stronger than you, and he's going to drive you into the ground. And the 49ers have 2 of those guys. Because I don't give Debo that credit. He does not block like the other 2. But those 2, they set a tone. And that is the reason why I think Aiyuk and Juwan Jennings get open a lot, is because because the DB on the other side has to be ready in case they are trying to block.
Yep.
And it puts them on their heels. They don't know what it's going to be. Also, it's just it gets in your brain after a couple of times that I just got thrown into the water cooler by this guy, and now I have to be ready for it every single time.
Yeah.
So it's a mentality, and it drives it. I'm sure it drives defensive coordinators crazy.
It does. Okay, as we wind down and close our show, which has been great, let me ask you guys this. We know Kyle Shanahan is a mastermind. We know that this guy has built a team from the floor up. He put the team together. He built a roster with him and John. We have a very good team that plays very good football, very competitive. We're in the playoffs. But at what point do we say enough is enough if we don't get a Super Bowl? And we're going to end the show with that. And we're going to come back next week and we're going to talk. Maybe next week we can break down the NFC West, like receivers versus receivers, running backs versus running backs with the other teams. Like who has the best receiver? Who has the best running backs? Who has the best tight end? Who has the best quarterback in the NFC West? Well, so you guys can do your study So make sure to come back next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because we're going to break down the NFC West. We're going to find out who has the better players and so forth. But with that, what is enough and enough with Kyle if we don't win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years? As good as he is.
Oh, go ahead, Brandon.
The world may never know.
And I would say with the fan, are we talking about with the fans, or are we talking about
with the fans?
Like, okay, with the fans,
the Niners are not getting rid of him, bro. We're talking about the fans.
That was my point. Is that the Niners?
The fans are already done with him.
There is no world. There is no world, like whether people like it or not, where Shanahan is going anywhere.
Yep.
Anytime soon. I mean, he would have to have losing seasons, and even then, I don't know that right away if they would fire him. But at the same time, I think that with the fans are foaming at the mouth for a ring. We've gotten so close. We've gotten to 4 out of the last 5 NFC Championship games. People just want it. These fans are, and for a lack of a better term, they're spoiled a little bit, just because of so much success over the they have 5. 49ers have 5 championships, and it's been 30 years.
Mind you, we win, their whole attitude changes, and they
Exactly.
Kyle.
If the 49ers get another one, like the 49er fans can breathe, can exhale, and they can go back to feeling like we are the greatest thing since sliced bread. And all it would take is one.
Yeah, it's so funny how easily we forget. I understand he hasn't won the big one yet, blah, 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 but we forget about the freaking Mike Singletaries of the world, the Mike Nolans, the freaking Chip Callys,
Dennis Erickson.
The Derek, we forget about those coaches. We forget about that mess we were in. It's like, I understand we wanted to win the big one, and that's the ultimate goal. And I want it as bad as like anybody else does. But when you're competitive and you're playing and you put yourself in a position to get to the Super Bowl, that's good coaching. That's good roster building. That's great players. I just don't understand why people want to do everything in the microwave world where everything has to be instant. Now, it's been 8 years and we haven't won a Super Bowl. Fire his ass. Again, how long did it take Andy Reid to get his first Super Bowl? Now he has 3. But it took him, 20 years? I'm not saying it's going to take 20 years for us. I hope not. But winning a Super Bowl is not easy. How many Super Bowls, how many teams, what's the most Super Bowls a team has won as a team? 6. Which is the Patriots and which is the Steelers.
And Pittsburgh, yeah.
And then it's 5 and then 4. That's how hard it is to win. And how many Super Bowls have we played in? And only 6 for 2 teams. It's not easy to win a Super Bowl. It definitely is not easy to get there. The fact that every year we're in contention of winning a Super Bowl. Then we lost a Super Bowl to Kansas City, and what does Vegas have? Vegas has the Niners as what? As the top
Super
league.
Bowl favorites right now.
Super Bowl favorites.
They're
because
always
of the roster they have built. So I understand the frustration, but don't let your emotions cloud your thoughts of Kyle. We don't have Kyle. We have another coach. We're not even winning with the games that we won. So it's hard. It's hard to get a quarterback that can lead your team, and it's hard to get a good coach to lead your team. Right now, it looks like we have both. Let's continue to build on that and go forward.
And honestly, unless the person that they bring in is running the exact same
scheme
system as Shanahan, like they're going to have to rebuild the team in their image.
Yeah.
So
yes, and for another throwback, makes a good point, and a lot of luck.
A lot of luck.
Take people that say, I'm going to mention name Dion, my
Oh
boy.
my god, I knew
I
you were
love,
gonna
I
go
love my
there.
boy, but there is luck involved, and I think Dion had Brandon believing in no luck for a minute. Luck is a huge factor when it comes to football. Brandon, do you still believe that luck is not a factor, or are you back on the yes, luck is a huge factor of winning football in the NFL?
No,
You don't believe in luck?
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, man, because look at that muff punt that occurred to us. If that's not bad luck, I don't know what it. If what's his name?
I mean,
Greenlaw
look at Brady. Look at
jogging off-
Brady's run.
But look at Greenlaw
Brady's run.
jogging off to the field and gets hurt. Don't tell me that's
Yeah.
not luck.
Yeah,
That's bad luck.
And, yeah, look at Brady's run.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the tuck rule.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you can look at so many different things that have happened in every single season, in every single playoffs. There's always been some kind of luck involved, and the ball just bounces a certain way. So it's just a lot of it is skill, a lot of it is scheme, and a lot of it is the players. But at the same time, dog, like, there is luck involved, and that's why football is the greatest sport on the planet. Is because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've got the best roster. It doesn't matter if you got the best roster. It's who's the best that day.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I love the game. Like, is because it's just great because it's you against me. It's man versus man, and I love it. I love it.
And real quick to my boy Niners throwback, bro. Listen, I can't use the Celtics as an analogy because I'm a Laker fan, bro. I hate the Celtics.
Look, let me just put it out there.
Yeah.
But congratulations to all the Celtics fans
Let me just
for
put it
winning
out
your
there.
18 out there.
Nah.
That
They
shit
can
wasn't even a
all-
competition.
They can all. Hey, no, I am not.
It
congratulating
took
any
hard. It was hard
Celtics
for me to
fan.
say
Fuck
that, bro.
that
No,
shit.
I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
Let's just bring it back to 22 when Celtics
I just need
were
LeBron
up
to go away so that the
2-0,
Lakers can go back to
and then they
greatness.
lost. And Steph was like, "Night, night, bitches," and we won
Yeah.
the title.
8.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
anyways,
That's
real
a,
quick,
that's a
before
different
we-
conversation. Go ahead,
before we
Brandon.
get off here, just real quick, let's go ahead and invite Rod to our show next week. I would love to have him on.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro.
With his
So, Rod,
DJ
if you're
equipment.
still watching, man. We go live 6:30 Pacific Standard Time next Tuesday.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you,
Stinky
Rod.
Celtics, puto.
Don't even. Yeah, like, no, we don't do that.
I was being nice, bro, but I'm with you. Now, you guys roll me back. I take it back. I take it, but I said it. I take it back. I changed my mind. F the Celtics.
I didn't even watch the finals. Just put it that way.
Hey, Luca, stop being a little girl. Crybaby.
Rod, next Tuesday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time PM.
Yes, and real quick, thank you all. Once again, I say this all the time, and I'll continue to say it. You guys, the viewers, are the MVP of our show
Amen.
every week, in and out. You guys, and we hit
Friendly Tanner.
111 at one point, viewer, and that might not be someone like the big creators who have huge numbers. Might not like 111. That's nothing. Hey. For me, I take it,
Whatever.
man. That's huge.
Yeah, we're
so I just want to
family.
say thank you to each and every one of you who participate. Make sure to support the channel if you haven't supported. All of our channels are in the description below. Just take a minute or so to hit on those links. Go and subscribe to the channels. Whether you watch it on my channel or on Pete's or on Brandon's, it doesn't really matter. Just support all the channels and subscribe to us. We appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us with our content. Anything you want to say? What do you have going on, Pete? And then I'll pass it to Brandon. What do you have going on this week so that people can look forward to it?
So, Niner Fanatic Podcast, I will be on this Thursday, same time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to be on Twitter. I'll be on Well, Facebook's kind of weird right now. Like,
Yeah.
but the Twitch, I'll be on Twitch. I'll be on Twitter. I will be on YouTube, and I'll be anywhere where you can get your audio.
You'll be on
podcast.
Mars.
I don't care where you get it, just get it. And once I get playback figured out, I'm gonna be stuff on there, and a couple of little things in the works, but like I'm not ready to announce it yet. So yeah, but be on the lookout. Make sure that that you subscribe, that you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit the bell so you get the notifications for when I go live. And yeah, let's just get it.
Get it. Brandon, what you got going on? Or what are you planning getting going on so they can, I'm going to put your solo so they can see you, your channels, but back up from the camera. There you go.
All right. Right now, as of right now, this week, nothing. Just real quick, tomorrow is
Nothing.
my birthday. So,
Oh, happy birthday.
shout out to myself.
Happy birthday to you.
Hold on.
Stevie Wonder version.
Ready?
Stevie Wonder version.
Happy
Stevie Wonder version.
birthday to you.
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you chubby cheeks, Brandon. Happy birthday to
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother. We love you, bro. We love you. Everybody, make sure to say a happy birthday tomorrow. Go on Facebook. If you're following my boy Brandon, tell him happy birthday. And send him some tacos de carne asada through the mail. And love your boy, man. Hey, you guys are the best. I enjoy all the viewers. I enjoy coming live, talking to you guys. You guys are awesome. Look forward to next week, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be talking about the NFC West. We're going to be breaking down every position of all four teams and who has the better and at the positions. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us, and we'll see you next time. We are out of here. Peace.
Go Niners.
Go Niners. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. All right, here we go.